Yes, hello everybody, this is Ray from Ray's United, and I'm back. People are back. I'm very excited to do this live show, and if you're watching the recorded version, please enjoy it because I need to have a conversation with you. Now, obviously, before I came live, I was supposed to come 3 o'clock, but UK time, but there was something going on. And what was it? What was it that was going on? It was an emergency alert. It's severe. So obviously, it was a test for emergency alerts in the UK government service. A UK government service that will warn you if there is a life-threatening emergency nearby. So that is what happened, and obviously, yeah, that is fine. But listen, smash the like button where you're at, smash the subscriber button, become a member. Let's obviously grow this channel. And nobody ever listens to that, but hey, it's all good. Let's talk pie. Let's talk. That is actually the whole thing. But Pi network in real danger. And then the other one is obviously Pi migration. Has it stopped? These are things that people don't talk about often. I want to talk about that because obviously I have some inside info which would help you ascertain as to whether or not these things are happening. Smash the like button when I come back. Easy. All right, I'm back. This is Ray from Ray's United. Smash that like button, people. Smash the subscriber button, of course. Become a member. Let's obviously grow this channel. And please do like and subscribe. It's very important that you like and subscribe because that's what this channel is all about. You would get information. And when you get it, please do so. And of course, I'd love to welcome you briefly as well. And thank you in advance, for joining, giving me a bit of your time and so on. Listen, it's great, wonderful. I love this. And let's continue. So this is the Pi Network live show. This is the only channel that does that. Anywhere else would be a mimic or a copycat. This is the original channel that has brought you Pi content without season, has brought you consistent info without season. So if you're out there and somebody asks you where can you find the best Pi info, you say Ray's United. That's where you get the best Pi info. There are lots of Pi infos out there, 99% of which are fake or obviously copied from Ray's United. But here we do originality, authenticity, and realism. All right, so I'm going straight to the point. So Pi Network in real danger. Listen, before I tell you what my take is, a lot of people have been waffling about what Pi Network has or hasn't done. And they are definitely, some of them right, some of them not so right, and some of them in the middle. What I can tell you is, hang on a minute, let me see if my cat is going to come. Milo, come, 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 Milo, come. Nah, he wants to go to the other side, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, he wants to go to the other side. All right, cool. So a lot of people have been sort of in limbo as to where they stand in terms of Pi. Now, obviously, where I stand with Pi, I'll tell you towards I'm deep into the show. But right now, it's all about Pi Network in real danger. It's a question. Remember, there's a question mark there. So, is it in real danger? I would say, yeah. Well, yes and no. But before I get to my yes and no, let me tell you what some others have been saying. So some have been saying that the coin is shite. Some have been saying that. Some have been saying that the coin has potential. Some have been saying that it ain't ish. Some have been saying that they love it. And some have been saying that they're just in between because they thought, the Pi Core team was gonna... they thought the Pi Core team was gonna do something spectacularly different. And so because of that, they're very disappointed in them. Now, so many people have different take in this subject or on this subject, but all of which, as long as they're not derogatory and abusive are acceptable, because nobody's right or wrong when it comes to these sort of spaces that we're in this case, crypto. But I can tell you here and now that I have my own take on it. To be honest, I do have my own take. So my take would gain ground very, very soon. I'm going to tell you what my take is, definitely. But as long as people listen, I'm going to ask you. This is the question I'm going to ask you. And I'm not going to put a poll. You need to put it in the comment section, because the poll makes it so easy for you. So I'm asking you the question: is Pi Network in real danger of not achieving what they set out to achieve? This is a question. Put it in the comment section. We need to be interactive. Is Pi Network in real danger of not achieving what they set out to do? Now, this is something you need to put in the comment section. Everybody's uh, sort of comments will be weighed and discussed if it's within the realms of something that is worthy of discussion. If not, then it will just be cast aside. So, yeah, be reasonable in your criticisms, of course, because you can't just criticize something blindly. It has to carry some weight, it has to carry some bite, and if it doesn't carry those, then please do not expect me to read it. Let me see if okay, it's all right. It's all kicking off. All right, cool. So if you say extremely in danger, you said nothing. You need to give me a reason why. So I will not discuss your comments if I will not discuss your comments if I will not discuss anything about your comments if you just say something so short like it's extremely in danger. You said nothing, because the question requires you to say yes or no and then elaborate on it. Because if you say yes or no, I'm not doing a poll, because I've seen that when I do the poll, all you do is just say yes or no and that's it. You say no. So please put your constructive comments in there and I will discuss that. So let's see what people are saying. It's very important that I put your comments there. So the question is, actually, you know what? I'm going to write it down. I'm going to type it somewhere. Let's see. Where is it? Style banner. All right. So the banner I'm going to type. I'll probably put it in a form of a scroll ticker. Yep. Is Pi Network. Wait, hang on. Now this is where is Pi Network in real danger. Oh, come on. Lots of typos, man. In real danger of not achieving. Lots of typo, man. What they set out to. Elaborate, please. Elaborate on your response, please. Man, my brain is not working today. As if I'm dyslexic. Meanwhile, I'm not. So bad when it's like that. Maybe it's old age. All right, so let's put it there and let's give it that. All right, so we have a ticker. I'm gonna make the ticker. I'm gonna change the color of the ticker blue, because that white color ain't great, or probably black. Probably blue. Blue is better. Yeah, blue is better. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Yep, that's it. So I'll put a question out there. Is Pi Network in real danger of not achieving what they set out to? Um, and this is something that I would require you to elaborate on your response. So please do that. And let's continue this discussion. It's so important, because these are platforms where, particularly my channel, where you can come and we would have discussions. Of course, go to my Twitter page, which is X page. Go to my Telegram, of course, and also subscribe here. I do have something in my mouth. I do have a TikTok account, but I'm not so active there. But if you can follow me on TikTok, if I see that people are obviously following, I would probably show some interest there and have some discussions with you over there as well. You never know. I could do some live shows there as well. So let's do that. Let's do that. Now, so that is the question. Obviously, I'll give you my take once I see what people are saying because I know what I have, and it's in two portions, two sides. Do you know what I mean? So is it in real danger? There's a yes and there is a no. So I'm gonna discuss what I believe, but it's up to you. Whichever one you believe in, please. I have a democracy here where you can constructively say what you want to say. Happy Sunday to you, to Olayinka James. All right, so now let me go to your comments and let's see. If you're watching this live, enjoy it. If you're watching the recording, please know that this is a live show or was a live show if you're watching the recording. So it may be quite longer than you expect it to be. Um, yeah. Can you hear my cat? My man, come. Where do you want to go? Anyway, yeah. So let me see what you guys are saying. All right. Uh, all right. Happy Sunday to you, Amona. Is it Amoma? And then I'll keep buying Pi coins no matter whatever news. I believe in Pi till death. I don't want to know. Well, good for you. Good for you. So why are you here then, my friend? If you don't want to know, why are you here? Here is where we discuss both sides. I don't have any sentiments towards any crypto whatsoever. I look at the facts. I'm a pragmatist. I'm not a dogmatist, which means that I'm very practical with everything I see. And my eye, what I see, is what I sort of base my judgment on. So it's not about me believing or not believing. It's about what I see and what I know. And trust me, if you know what I know, you would see it from both sides. You'll never be so tunnel visioned and say you don't care about what anyone says. But hey, that's up to you. Um, I will not keep buying Pi coins. No way. I have a lot of Pi which I've mined and earned. I would rather use that for everything, but I would not use my money because that's when I start to panic. I don't want that. Anyway, extremely in danger. So that's Edward Chacha, and let's see what he's saying. Extremely in danger because it's losing on community numbers. Now, this is listen, you're a smart dude, and I like that. It's losing on community numbers. Majority of pioneers no longer partake in it. For example, in my circle, none is mining, absolutely nobody. You're absolutely right in saying that. This is one side of it. So the in danger part, you see, I told you there's two sides to the argument. There's two sides to the argument. There is the long-term visionists, and there is the short to mid-term visionists. You know what I mean? So the short to mid-term visionists are looking at it. Visionists are looking at it like, what the hell is going on? Pi launch on exchanges or whatever they want to call it, open network on the 20th of February 2025. And it's been over 6 months. In our case, this is the ninth month, so that's 7 months. And they haven't seen any progress. If anything, I thought the price has fallen by over 90%, or just about 90%, 89, 88%. So that is quite high. So some might say in the short to mid-term, not great. The long-termists, the visionists would say, listen, I don't care what you say. If it falls now, it doesn't matter. Bitcoin at one point fell to 20 something K. Where is Bitcoin now? It's increased by over 500%. So it may have fallen by 80 something percent, but because it's a smaller rated, so a lower rated as in price wise, because of the distribution, people look at it like it's too much. But because Bitcoin is a higher price wise rated crypto, when even it drops by $80,000, they're like, oh yeah, it's still $30,000, so that's fine. Do you know what I mean? You know what? Let me get this cut. Let me get this cut. Sorry, I muted myself. Sorry. I'm back. There is the short termist and there is the long termist as well. So the short termist would say Pi is not doing great, and the long termist would say Pi is okay, and they can obviously see it in see it. What's happening with me, man? Oh God, let me get my head on straight. So they can see it in good light down the line. Do you know what I mean? They can see Pi in good light down the line. But for now, they would say, yeah, it doesn't look promising. So people might say it's a shit coin, is this, is that. But when they look far ahead and have use cases or look at cryptos which used to be quote unquote shy and are now doing great, and considering the fact that Pi has got a much better foundation, um, they Arinze, listen, before I go on, I am a very, how do I put it? Those of you who've just joined the channel or don't know, if you're not like Olayinka James or Victor Dangara or Idris, then you don't know the channel. If you know this channel, you know I've always been an advocate for Pi. Nothing has changed. I've done over 750 Pi videos, close to 800 Pi videos. So if you don't know this channel, please pay attention. I never ever criticize the project. I always criticize the founders because they haven't handled things the way they're supposed to. And if you know things that I know, which I do talk about with the members on the dark side of Pi Network, right now, if you become a member, you will know the dark side of Pi Network. Let me tell you one thing: in every organization, in every group, in every whatever you want to call it, there are dark sides. There's never a point where you're going to tell me, oh, there's only the bright side. Then you're delusional. There are dark sides. You can never know the dark side because they will not let you know that. Fortunately for me, I've been in the know with Pi since 2021 when I started making Pi videos. So I've been lucky. Certain things I never want to say on this channel because I want to bring about positivity. But the dark side, if I lie to you about it, then it makes me a hypocrite. But I can't talk about it directly on the channel. I still talk about it on the channel, but I only talk about it with the members of the channel, the pay members who deserve that. So if you want to know the dark side of Pi, which nobody will tell you, they'll just speculate. Trust me, it's on this channel. On that I don't breed negativity on the channel. It's only positivity. So it's all about that. Do you understand? So yeah, Olayinka James said Pi is in danger for now, but a real Pi pioneer needs to be separated from ones that are living in quick money with no belief in Pi. In the long term, Pi will do well. Now that is the other side that I'm talking about. So in the long term, I believe personally that Pi will do well. In the short term, people will say that Pi is shite. Pi is not shite. I can tell you that for sure. It is not shite. Do you understand? So me personally, I would say if you want to stick with it for the foreseeable future, then stick with it. If you don't want to, it's your prerogative. You can sell off your Pi and somebody else will buy it, and that's it. Because when you sell it off, it circulates, so somebody else would buy it, and that's just the whole thing. It doesn't matter if you sell or buy, Pi will still be here. So it's up to you. Choose what you want to choose. That's your decision. I will not tell you what you need to do with your Pi. However, choose wisely, be smart, know what you're doing. Don't let anyone tell you what you have to do. Do your own research, understand crypto, understand the whole thing. If you do that, I'm telling you, you'll be fine. Do you know what I mean? Pi will adapt, especially America. What? Especially America is in a serious debt issue, and Pi will allow all poor free money which are ready hungry to buy purchase, which will allow the economy of America to rise again. All right, there's a lot of typos, so I'm not going to put it on the screen. Somebody said, if Pi is in danger, where did all these $1 billion come from? I don't think you understand crypto, Randy. Crypto is not like that. When they say market capitalization, it's an estimation of the price, obviously multiplied by the circulation. Do you understand? So the price is created by the circulation and the total supply. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it is, really. And you look at that. Actually, I may have got it wrong. Let me see. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me put the fan on me because I'm too hot. All right. Give me a minute, people. Yeah, I'm a bit stressed today, so there's gonna be a lot of you know. All right, so the market capitalization is 2.74 billion. So when they say that, that's not circulating, that's not money. That is the price of. So you look at where is it? So you look at obviously the circulating supply is almost 8 billion. It's 7.99 billion. So that is the circulating supply of pi, right? And the market capitalization is 2.74. So to get your price, which is very dynamic based on the buying and selling, demand and supply, is 2.74 divided by 7.99, which gives us 0.3435. And that is how the price comes about. The price is dynamic, very dependent on the circulating supply and the market capitalization. So market capitalization has just gone up by 0.66, very dynamic. It can go down, it can go up. At the moment, the market capitalization has gone down. It means that the amount of people holding pi at this moment, in terms of the circulation, sorry, the amount of people holding pi or circulating pi, what am I saying? The amount of pi being circulated is almost 8 billion, and the money that is actually going around to create the price is 2.74 billion. Do you understand? That's how it's actually worked out. So it's 2.74 billion market capitalization divided by circulating supply equaling the price as and when this is happening dynamically. All right, so that's what it is in terms of that. So listen, the question is Pi Network in real danger of not achieving what it set out to? Elaborate on your response, please. So let me see what people are saying. This is very, very, very important. This is a discussion that we're having. Nobody's against Pi, so do not say somebody's against. But I don't think people understand what Raise United is all about. But if you do, you will know that this is not the channel for negativity, and this is not the channel for people speaking against or for. It's all about opinions. As long as you articulate it clearly and concisely, then we don't have a problem. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it is, really. Okay, let me see what Francis says. Say Pi Vision is great and wonderful. It's currently in dangerous situation as its founders never articulate Pi vision as it should be. I feel like it's retrogressive in nature. I think I understand what you're saying, Francis Michiri. I do understand. Mr. Ray, those that are selling should sell. It's a free world, but later they will feel like coming back. It might been late by then because Pi price will not be the same as now. Yeah, listen, some people may sell and they will still be able to buy at 0.3. Right now 0.34, and they may still be able to buy it at 0.3. Imagine, for instance, when it was at $2.50, I sold a few thousands of Pi, right? And I did that. I'm telling you now. But I have a lot of Pi. So because of that, can you imagine? Let's say, 6 months ago, I sold my Pi. So 7 months ago, I sold 2,000 Pi at $2.50. So that would be what, $5,000, right? Right now, how much can $5,000 buy in terms of Pi? 5 times 0.35, right? So five. Remember, 2,000 Pi. I got what? $5,000. Then so we calculate, I can do it from my head, but let's use the calculator to get it accurately. So now 5,000, how much would 5,000 get? It will be, how much would 5,000 get? So 5,000 divided by 0.34. So it will get me 14,705 pi, approximately. So 14,700 pi. Do you understand? So if I make it 0.3436, 0.36, it gets me 14,551 pi. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that for somebody like me who sold about $2,000, 2,000 pi for or at $2.5 and got about $5,000. Right now, if I'm to use that same $5,000 to buy pi, I'll get 14,551 pi. Do you get what I'm saying? So crypto is risk, but that's what life is. Life in itself, every step you take out of your house, in your house, it's a risk. Going to sleep is a risk. You don't know if you're going to wake up or not. Walking out of your house on the pavement is a risk. You don't know if another car is going to come and just sweep you away. Driving is a risk. You don't know if somebody else will hit you, even though you're driving carefully. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what step you take in life, it's a risk. But you need to take it anyway, because if you don't take that step, how would you know? Do you get what I'm saying? If you don't take that step and say, I'm scared, you will still be there and be scared, and people will still be making it. Do you know what I mean? So you either buy pi or do whatever you have to do, but be very cautious in your conviction. Think, use your head. Think. Don't be emotional about it. Just think. And if you do that, that may help you. Somebody says no, because pi still didn't deliver on what they are saying to the community. Everything is slow and taking so long. Maybe that's why people are just not really into it. And that's the thing. So people, listen, I've done this for a very long time now. 4 years is a long time, because not everyone can sustain this. But I can tell you this. Most of us came into pi believing that pi was going to be the be all or end all in terms of crypto, right? Because of the way the project was. Even though in 2023, I was so angry at the pi core team for not informing us with certain things, because that time we were not in open network. So they didn't have to legally bind themselves with everything. Now they have to legally bind themselves with everything. They can't say anything about the future. They can only talk about what's happening now and what's happened before, legally. Do you know what I mean? And that's where they've entangled themselves, because it's so difficult now for them to say certain things in terms of the future. It can only be the past and present. And there I agree with them. But even if it's present, you still need to know what's happening now. They need to tell us. They can't tell us what's happening in the future, but they can tell us that, okay, mainnet migration would happen such and such, or such and such would happen. And that leads me straight away, the nice segue. This subject still remains. It remains. Remember, it remains. So you can still talk about it, because I'll revisit it in the next few minutes. But it's a nice segue into pi migration. Now, with pi migration, my question is, and it's an emphatic one plus a question: has it stopped? Migrations, have they stopped, or have they reduced significantly? This is another question that I've been asking. Now, obviously, there are applications, pi applications, which allow you to see the real-time migrations as to how many accounts have been migrated and so on. So if you want, you can go onto those sites. I've forgotten them, to be honest, but you can go about seeing the data. You can go onto those apps and see if over the past month or so there's been regular pi migrations. Go and check and see if there's been regular migrations of pi accounts, because from what I've seen, the migrations have diminished significantly. Because you will know if migrations are happening because of the rate at which you'll be performing your KYC validations. And I'm speaking for myself. I haven't been able to validate a lot of people in recent times. And I've asked friends, some of them have been able to, some haven't been able to validate people in real time. So there is that issue as well, where people aren't able to validate people, other accounts, and so on. And then, it brings about the question: are migrations still happening, or have they stopped? This is a question that obviously you guys can still answer. You know what? I'm gonna add that to the thing, to the ticker, or the ticker. Is it ticker or ticker? Ticker. I'm gonna add it to the ticker so I'm gonna stop it, and I'm gonna edit it, and then the other one will be What am I doing? Um, have I migrations stopped? All right. So I'm gonna save that banner. Um, Copy. What's going on? Ah, something is happening here. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to save your account. So what I'll do. Um, right. So I'm gonna copy it. Oh yeah, I made a mistake. I should have put it here. Um, there and then add banner. Right. So there it is, but not that. I need to remove it and then scroll, and there you go. Right. So have Pi migration stopped? That's also another one. Uh, so you can discuss that. You can discuss that. Let's see what people are saying. I validated 500 people this week only. Yeah, I don't get to validate anyone. I'm telling you the truth. It's weird. I've not been migrated since 2023 that I got KYC done. Pi is still growing and will be perfectly embraced in future, a little time from now. Yes, I believe that too. Pi network has been created on one. Okay. Randy. Let's see. All right. So let me see if I can. Let me see if I haven't read certain comments. Um, yeah. All right. So there's another comment here by somebody. It says, "For me, Pi is not in any danger. It will only take time to build their entire ecosystem." Okay. So that brings me to the next question. So, in saying that, do you think it was too early for the Pi Core team to launch the open network? Since you said it would take time to build the entire ecosystem. Because remember, if Pi was still in the enclosed network, people would still say, yeah, it's taking time, but they will not complain about price and this and that because then nobody has anything to base their arguments on. But the fact that now there is an argument to be based on, which is the price, and that keeps going down. And obviously, when you look at the system-wide base mining rate, it keeps going down as well. Because if it goes down, it means people are actually visiting the site, the app. So there is a sort of a discrepancy there, an inconsistency there. Because people are visiting the app because the system-wide base mining rate is going down. Because people aren't visiting, the system-wide base mining rate will go up. So we'll be able to correct our monthly Pi that we will be able to mine. So we are hitting the numbers based on the system-wide base mining rate. However, the price keeps going down, which means people are selling. So we look at that and we ask ourselves, do you think the Pi Core team sort of launched the open network too early? In hindsight, of course, because people hindsight is a nice thing, you know. So in hindsight, was it too early or was it okay that they launched it so we would be able to gauge and ascertain what the ecosystem could be all about? Let's see what people are saying. Um, I don't have a lot of trust in Nicholas Kokali. Sorry. I don't trust the person. I believe in the project, but I don't trust the person. Like I said, if you know what I know, you not even talk about the person. You talk about the project. Do you know what I mean? No, I don't have any trust for any of them. I'm telling you the truth. No trust whatsoever. It's all about the project, and I believe in the project 100%. Well, not 100%, but I believe in the project. I have a high belief in the project, but I don't trust any human being that runs the project. No way. I don't. Because they're in for themselves. These guys are multimillionaires now. They're very comfortable. They don't have to do a lot now because they, beyond their wildest dreams, they've become multimillionaires on your dime, on your hard work. I can tell you that. So remember, the collective hard work of us is more than what they've done. We are over 80 million. I mean, come on. How can two people have worked harder than 80 million combined? So think, use your head. Don't be sentimental. Use your head. Don't be sentimental. Just like when you're in a relationship, use your head. Once you start saying, oh, my heart, I'm using my heart, you get brokenhearted. You can love the person, but always make sure you think, use your head. It's very important. It's okay that they opened it. It gets to show who believes in it or not. But let's see. No, it's not about that. Believe it's not about that. Let me tell you, a lot of people have been swayed. I had 100% belief until I started seeing and not hearing, but seeing things. Do you understand what I'm saying? I try to speak in parables because I am not going to put my channel on the line for any legal battle with someone. Do you know what I mean? So I would always make sure my channel comes first. So if you want that information, become a member and I will tell you. Simple as that. If you're not a member, you will never know what I know in detail because I can't tell you that here live on Raise United. No. That would be a big mistake on my part. You're not paying me enough to do that. No way. Even the BBC have to ratify a lot of things before they confirm it. They will never confirm anything just because you pay TV license. It doesn't work like that. If it goes wrong, they're the ones that are going to get sued. So I know certain things that I can't tell you here directly. And somebody will say, oh, yeah, information is not free. No way. I am not going to do the hard work and then somebody will just come and just take the information and propagate it on social media. No way. But if you're a paying member of this channel, you will enjoy that because I'll do a 10-minute live video after this. Immediately after this, I have a 10-minute live video where I'm going to talk about certain things and you will know why I don't have any belief with or any of the persons in charge of Pi Network. I love the project 100%, not even 100%, but I love it. You know, I have a high esteem for the project, but I don't trust the founders. I must tell you that. Anyway, migrations seem to be slow or rather stopped since no hype as pioneers would post and celebrate on their successful migrations. As for validations, are validated around 78 since yesterday. Well, good for you. I don't get to validate a lot of people, so I kind of stopped. Yeah, it's good for you to believe in him, but I don't. Sorry, I don't. I don't believe in people blindly, and I know stuff, and because of that, I can't. I won't. There are certain issues that transpired. I did a live show last time. A lot of people didn't like it, so I deleted the video and gave it to the members. They deserve it. So this time, I know where your allegiances lie. You don't want certain information I have, so you may not get those informations because, yeah, you're gonna be like, oh, why is he talking like that? Come on. I'm here for pioneers and not for founders. No, I'm here for pioneers. You know what I mean? The founders didn't make this channel. You guys did. Therefore, I'm here for you guys. So if the information came and you guys didn't want it because you don't want me to speak against them, because you want me to speak blindly for them, that's not going to happen. I'm an educated man. I'm not an illiterate. So I have to see certain things before I can believe it. And if I don't see it, I don't believe it. And because of what I know, this is not hearsay, this is fact. I can't just sit here and blindly believe somebody. No. It's not going to work. It won't work. I'm not that type of person anyway. It won't work. Just remember that. I had a lot of links. Like I had links with ICE and other huge cryptocurrencies. But once they went a certain route, I was like, no, I don't want to get involved in this because I'm a content creator. I don't want to get involved in this. and I'm not gonna let it see the light of day. Even when I told you the reason why I left ICE, I still deleted the video because I thought this shouldn't go too far because before people start propagating it. Do you understand? So yeah, we have to be independent. It's so important so you can have your soul intact. You don't want to sell your soul, mate. Have your soul intact. It's very important. Yes, you're right. We made this project what it is. I just hope we get to really use it to trade. Us speculated for years. In my opinion, they should not open the network when the ecosystem is not ready. Absolutely, I believe that because look at what's happened to ICE, for instance. They thought they were doing the other way around. Get people to get ICE, and then after that, they will build the ecosystem. It's not working. It doesn't work like that. You have to build the ecosystem, get it ready. What are you rushing for? Don't rush. And then once I believe in the project too, Chico. I believe in the project. I just don't like the way. I'm not going to repeat it. I don't like the founders as to how they handle things. Trust me when I say that. I'm telling you this. You would one day say Ray said it. Ray knew what he was talking about. Do you understand? And that's just the truth. I got no disdain for them. I just don't like the way they handle things. Trust me. Trust me on that one. So yeah, they made that mistake, ICE, and as a result, they've had to pay the price for that. People have made money. I made some money out of it, but I'm not involved in ICE anymore. Sold off all my ICE when the price was high. Done with it. I don't have time for that. Do you know what I mean? But Pi, I have time for it because yeah, being with Pi very soon. Today is what, 7th. In 12 days time, I would be 6 years as a pioneer. In 12 days time, on the 19th of September, 2025, I will be thing. Um, okay, my guy, Idris here say, that I love you and your lovely channel, even if we have some disagreement in some point of view. It's a big project, and Nicholas is just a soldier. Big belief in the project in 2020. Yes, this is a constructive. Remember, he's Libyan, so don't mind the typo. He's done well. I can't speak, well, I understand French, but I can't speak. I can't type it or write it the way he's done with English. So maybe you don't like the fact that founders are not speaking to us a lot, but Pi Network partnerships are much louder than the core team voice. Yeah, absolutely, Randy, absolutely. And somebody said, now this is something, Randy, I do agree with you on that one. Somebody said something recently that they don't have to speak to us. Did Bitcoin speak to us? And I said, yes, but Bitcoin is fully decentralized. Bitcoin is fully decentralized, so they don't have to. Bitcoin, we don't know who owns Bitcoin. It just has a pseudonym called Satoshi Nakamoto, and that's it. It could be a group of people. It could be one person. Nobody knows. But with Pi, we do know. When they needed us, they were on the app, giving us everything they wanted, they needed from us, and telling us to do this, do that, which we did. Do you understand? That's when they needed us. So don't forget that. I've been with this project for almost 6 years. I know I started when the rate was 1.6 pi per minute, sorry, per hour, 1.6 pi. Immediately after a few days, it went to 0.8 pi. And then when we hit 1 million, it went to 0.4. When we hit 10 million, it went to 0.2 and remained on 0.2 until we until certain things happen, and then we had a different sort of distribution method. You know what I mean? So I've seen the transition or the transformation from where it was to where it is, and how communication was then and how it is now. I'm not saying they should come and tell me what they're going to do in future. I'm saying hold AMAs, reassure pioneers, tell them things that they need to hear, not just coming in and saying, yes, make sure your security is right. We know that. Do you understand? We know that. Yes, make sure you do this and that. Oh, make sure you have a pass key. I know that. Make sure you do this, make sure you do that. I know those, I know that. I know, so that doesn't make any difference. What makes the difference is when you go to X, YouTube, TikTok, Telegram, wherever whichever, Facebook, whichever social media platform you want to go to, but communicate with the people that made you a multimillionaire. Communicate with them. You don't need to be on my channel. No, you can go anywhere. You can be on the YouTube channel of Pi Network. You have a big following, and speak to pioneers. Reassure them, because some people are becoming despondent. You know what I mean? I am not. But I don't like the fact that people keep coming to me and asking me, what do you think, Ray? What do you think is going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. I know what I've been told. That's it. So again, I've asked two questions. The first one is Pi Network in real danger of not achieving what they set out to? That's the first question. The second one is, have Pi migrations stopped? And if they have, when do you think it's going to resume? Again, when do you think the second migration is going to happen if the first migration is not even happening? It feels as though these laws are just dragging it, so we could go past next year and we'll still be in this state. Now, let me ask you this question. Would you want all your Pi that you've mined be given to you, or would you want it being held as an unverified Pi? Tell me. All the Pi from your contributors to yourself and what you've actually earned through validations and stuff. Would you want all of them be migrated to your Pi wallet, or would you want them to be kept there for years on in, or years in to say, oh, your Pi is unverified? Which one do you want? The issue I have with the Pi founders is that they chased away Vince and never replaced him. Hence, there is no communication director. Well, I spoke about this. I did a live show about it. I played some videos the other time, and some people started slagging me off like, oh, you're destabilizing the ecosystem. Not many people watch me. How can I destabilize the ecosystem? Only 50 people are watching me right now. Only 50. How can I destabilize the ecosystem when I'm speaking to 52 people live and maybe a few thousands watching it after that? I can't. I don't have millions of followers. I don't get 10 million views. Then that is when you can say I'm influencing something. I don't influence anything. I'm not an influencer. I just give you what I know. My guy here says I want it all, Ray, all of it. Yes, I want all my Pi too, because I've earned them. And when I say all, the ones that are eligible to me, I want all of them. Somebody say, yes, I need all in my wallet I work for. Exactly. So that's the question. That's the question. The question is, do you want them to give you all your Pi, the one that you have contributed to or contributed for, which is Security Circle from your referrals, the one you've mined, and of course your contribution as well through validations and stuff? Would you want them to be given to you at one go right now as we speak, so you can do with it whatever you want? Or do you want them to be kept as they are, where they are, unverified? Which one do you want? Which one do you want? Let me know. In the next few minutes, which obviously we will end the show, please tell me what you want to do. Yep. And there will be lots of shorts. There will be lots of shorts happening after this show. So don't worry, the shorts will also follow, just as I always do, probably from tomorrow onwards. Unpredictable says, I understand why you're pissed with the founders. You absolutely have every right to do that. You've contributed a lot to them through this platform. Okay, let me tell you what's happened. Some of you don't know it, so I'm about to tell you and let you know why I'm actually pissed off at the Pi Core team extremely, and I mean the Pi founders extremely. So I've done over almost 800 Pi related videos, right? Almost 800 Pi related videos. They themselves haven't even done 100 videos on their YouTube channel, right? I've done over 800 good quality videos that if it were to appear on their YouTube channel, it will get millions and millions of views. And that's fact, right? So I was there and my source gave me a recording of a discussion that they were having with the moderators and so on. And so I played the recording and my source was like, to do with it whatever I want to do with it. So I thought, okay, what do I do then? Okay, so I played it back again. It was almost an hour, just over an hour. So I edited some parts which never had to see the light of day. And I ensured that the ones that pioneers needed to know were imparted to you. So the moderators and mega mods went back. Some of them were not even there at the meeting, so they didn't know what happened. I knew what happened because my source was there. So he recorded and gave it to me because he knew what was about to happen was juicy and you guys needed to know. So I obviously did a live show. We spoke about it. We listened to what they were saying, blah blah blah, and most of you loved it. And then a few days later, the moderators, the ones for the puppet moderators, they congregated and they were like, "Yeah, they need to find a way to let Nicholas do something to me." Because obviously legally they can't do anything to my Pi account legally because I haven't done anything wrong in terms of Pi. So what did they do? Now this is where we say this thing is decentralized, right? The reason why I am actually pissed off at these people is that what did they do? They muted me globally, which means when they say global muting, it means you can't use any facility in the chats. Even probably on a fireside forum, you can't do anything. So now in the chat, I can't communicate with people in my own chat group. I can't do that because I gave you information that you needed to know, information that they will never give you. Do you understand? That is why I am extremely angry at these people because, first of all, they love power, they love the autonomy, they love the fact that you guys will not criticize them. Only a select few of us who have this platform to do that. And so when I do it, I don't really care because I know legally my Pi account will always be there, legally. But they found a way to use a backdoor to mute me globally, so I will not be able to chat. I don't even chat in the Pi chats. I don't do it. But I went there one time to do it and I saw that I was muted. I said, what the hell? Globally as well, which means that I can't chat in any of the chat rooms, including my own chat room. Do you know what I mean? So people, you should understand why I am angry. You guys don't know it because you sit there, you think, oh, Ray's angry at these people, this and that. But there's a lot of reasons why. There are lots of reasons why I am I'm having this bitterness towards them. You know, it's personal because you can't do that. You can't do that to somebody who's worked hard with this project, who's done a lot for the project that most of you have. Do you understand? The videos I've done, go back and watch them. Idris knows that. You know, Victor Dangara knows that. Salias Pi know that. You know, these are people who have been with this channel for a very long time. They know that. You know, Layinka James, they know that. You know, so if you're new to the channel, don't start judging. Watch my content from the beginning when I wasn't really great at content creation until now. And you'll see the evolution, the confidence I've developed, the information that I deliver, you know, everything. Do you know what I mean? So listen, I will still get information, which is still coming in. Most of them are negative, therefore only the members would know. But the positive ones, you will know. You will know. You know, when as and when it comes in, you'll know. So yeah, I'm cool with it. They can do whatever they want, yeah, because nobody's criticizing. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I love Nicholas, I love Chendal, blah blah blah. Yeah, go and love somebody you don't know. Go and love somebody you don't know. You don't know the meanness they have in them. You have no idea. Yes, because you said what they don't like us to know. Of course, they didn't want you guys to know it. And I brought it out for you guys to know it. Because, yeah, they didn't want to say it. They were discussing amongst themselves, and that's it. And moderators will not even say it to you. And they think they're all that. Guys, you need to back up and learn very quick that the space we're in is each man for himself and God for us all, or whatever you call God. Do you know what I mean? So please understand, when I'm animated, I have a reason why I am. Simple as that. Everyone wants it, of course. I don't know why they're holding on to it. Honestly, not many people around me knows anything about Pi. So if anyone believes in it, why not give them what they worked hard for? Absolutely, absolutely, Arinze, absolutely. Listen, let me see a few of your comments. So keep it coming in, and let's see. Francis here saying all my Pi should be given to me and should be under my custody. If it's decentralized, I should be at liberty to have my Pies. Absolutely, but it's not decentralized. Otherwise, they wouldn't block me. It's not decentralized, my friend. It's not decentralized. It is extremely centralized, and they're not even extremely centralized, and they have the illusion of putting it on the market so that they will be able to sell some of their pie to make a lot of money. And they've sold most of their pie. You know, whatever they have, they've sold them. Remember, 20%. So right now, if we're at 8 million, they would have had 1.6 million pie. Sorry, 8 billion, they would have had 1.6 billion pie, which at the time when I was looking at pie, they would have had over $1 billion. So right now they have hundreds of millions of dollars worth of pie. Think they give a fuck about you or me? Think, people. I know what I'm talking about. So let's talk. Pi network in real danger. Okay, let me tell you mine. Um, Pi network on one hand is not in any danger. You know, if you look at it on the long term, it's not in any danger. So on the long term, I would say, yeah, there is still a bright future for Pi as a project, of course. And if these people can handle it properly, Pi network has a higher ceiling. You know, as many of you would say, Pi to the moon and all of that. But it could be in real danger if they don't do what they're supposed to do. If they don't alleviate the infighting and the control that they so demand and so seek. Because, you know, control sometimes can pollute people's mindset. Do you know what I mean? And we all know what money does. Money, the root of all evil, but the source of everybody's problem solutions. Do you know what I mean? So money has two sides to it. It's a double-sided edge. Sorry, double-edged sword. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to money, so you have to be very, very careful. And some people, once they get it, they forget about everything they stood for and go a certain direction. So the money begins to rule them. In this case, that's what's happening with Islam. This guy went to that conference and couldn't say shit. I can tell you that. He went to the conference, Nicholas Kokales. And what did he say that was really, what words do I use? What did he say that you would say supports the strength of Pi Network? He couldn't articulate himself properly over there. Yeah, he's a very highly educated man. I am too. Most of you are. But he couldn't articulate himself properly or clearly for those who were minnows to Pi or didn't know anything about Pi to understand what it was about. So if it's not staunch pioneers, there will never be people who would understand what Pi is all about when this guy starts explaining it. They had a guy who could break it down easily in Vincent McPhilip, and they fell out with him. That's a video that I've done. Members only can watch. You know, I did a live show the other time. I'm not gonna release it. I think, have I released it to anybody? I think I have. I think I may have released it again, so people can still watch it. And you would see the benefits that Vincent McPhilip brought to the table. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there's a two-sidedness to Pi being in real danger. And so yes, on one hand it could be in real danger, on the other hand it couldn't. I've given you my reasons. Now, has Pi migrations stopped? No, they haven't stopped, but they've reduced significantly, about 90% reduction. So if let's say 100 people were receiving Pi in a day, only 10 people are receiving it. 1,000, only 100. If 10,000, only 1,000. If 100,000, only 10,000, and so on. You know, 10% of what we could be having. And so that 99% that we've been talking about is not going to happen at the end of the year, but we hope that with the information I had was, even if we don't get there, the Q1 of 2026, we should still get the second migration happening. So that is the information I've always had, and I'm so happy that you guys came here. And listen, excuse me for my rant, but I'm unapologetic about it. Do you know what I mean? Take care of yourselves, people. My name is Ray. Channel's Race United. Word is peace, and I love you all. Race United.